Hello everyone, this is your Pokemon Professor Valken aka Professor Val. Welcome to week 6 of transfers and next matchups. Basically, Pickems for the week. The SPL D-League match preview are here. For a refresher, if you forgot, this were the picks we made for week number 5. TJ, Talon, DRey, Dapper, Dashing and Steve. And for those who participated in the Pickems alongside me, these are your results. We got TJ, Nova, DRey, Dapper, Dashing and DRey winning the game week number 5 games for themselves. So let's move on to the next part of the video, which we have 2 coaches coming up with transactions. First of whom is gonna be Dapper. Dapper has made a slight change in his roster and has chose to drop. Even though Armourouge did clutch up for him last week, it has now been dropped. Yes, Terra Armourouge has been dropped and replacing it will be Volcarona. Volcarona has been replacing it, and of course Volcarona is Terra banned, so the Terra captains has been shifted to Araconid and Indeedee. Next up on the board with some changes is gonna be Kurpie. Even though Kurpie has shown us that at the start how going top heavy is also good and reliable instead of just filling up the slot with as many mons as you can. Toronto Raptors has decided to drop Klefki from his roster and has now chosen to replace Klefki with not just 2 electric types on its side, Electros and Pomot. I think he was unable to find one single mon which was able to fill those roles, a defensive and a fast electric type, so he chose to go with both. As it was filling up in the same point score, he was happy to do so. Let's move on to game number 1 for this week. The first on the chopping board we have TJ versus A12. This is a very interesting and strong matchup. Big mons for this matchup are gonna be Meow, Aloe on TJ's side, while Scarf Gold, Golden Go, Offensive Lati and Terra Jolteon has no switches. The 6 mons I see TJ bringing here are gonna be Meow, Aloe, Jirachi, Terra Espatra, maybe Dark for Terra Dark for Glimpsnarl, and the last 2 could be Lando and either one of Rotom Scarf or Quavan. While on the other hand, I can see A12 bringing Golden Go, Lati, Chansey, maybe for Espatra, Covenite, and last 2 could be any of the duo from Weavile and Ogidogi and Jolteon. By now we already know that TJ has the best pivots of all. Of his first 7 mons out of the 10 can pivot either with U-turn or flip or either volt switch, and can perfectly pivot with the combination of offensive pivots to a bulky mon like Rachi and Al, and also vice versa, from defensive to a big threat of Quaval, Meowscarada, Scarf Rotom, stuff like that. While on A12's side, Palafin do have a good pivot with flip turn, but is forced by a lot by Helmet Aloe and might not even come. Weavile do have Battle Pass, Lati has flip turn, Covenite has U-turn and Volt has Jolteon has Volt Switch are the only pivots for A12, as parting shot from Gun can be stopped by a good Meow Switch in or a Terra Dark coming up from Espatra. And also as it's spell decks, not national decks, so no teleport on Chansey to give any momentum. I think Scarf Golden Go needs to be doing a lot of breaking with its stab plus fairy coverage, does a good chunk into TJ's team. Breaks a good hole into his team alongside Terra Jolt, and Weavile can also land a hand for maybe Guard Dog Ogidogi to set up and clean up at the end, or Palafin if it goes down. While TJ Palafin if Aloe goes down, while TJ has some great breaking power in Lando, Meow offensively, while Rotom can also help as it outspeeds Scarf Golden Go. Aloe is a great check for Palafin, which can also result in a special Palafin set, and Rachi can wall Latio's dual stabs. While in A12, Chansey can help check a Terra Ostrich or Protom while also spreading as much status and rocks for the team. While Corviknight can be annoying for Meow if it's helmet and not pads on Meow's karate. I think Terra Espatra or Moxie Coquoval has the best cleanup route once checks are cleared for either of them, while for A12, either Terra Dogi or Terra Jolteon can only be the win con I see for it. And due to that, I think TJ has this switch and TJ has this game, even though A12 is A12 and TJ has been getting an almost flawless run. I think he has only dropped one single game. So TJ is very comfortable with his team right now. Unlike others, I think TJ can ban this game for himself, and Espatra or Lando can be a good match winning MVP for them. Lando if Weavile goes down for sure, or Palafin goes down. Either of those goes down, Lando can go and do wonders in this team, or Terra Espatra just does wonder on itself. So let's move on to the game number 2 for the week, which is gonna be Nova versus Grandmaster DRey. The big mons this matchup are Cinderace, Terrapagos for Nova, while Terra Gothita, Gothitelle and Mienshao are good for DRey. The 6 mons for me in this matchup would be Terrapagos, Cinderace, Muk, Rillaboom, Terra Rhydon and either of Annihilate Ninetales. If he goes Terra Shocks, Ninetales could be a call. While for DRey, I could see him bring Garchomp, Molbecker, Tinkerton for Terra Star Storm, and Glowking, Terra Gothitelle with either Titan or Bundle depending upon if he is going Slush Rush or what, with last mon to be Mienshao. For me, I think pivots Cinderace alongside Rillaboom and Fake makes a good offensive pivot trio, especially going into a Terra Gothitelle matchup to get out of bad matchups, while DRey himself have a few switch options in U-turn, Mienshao, Chili, Glowking, Flip Bundle, while others like T-Serena and Rotom does get U-turn and Volt as well, but does not look very good in this matchup. I think Bandit or Scarf Ace looks amazing as a breaker in this game, along with Rillaboom and AV Muk for an end-game setup Terrapagos. While Mienshao Scarf with offensive or defensive Chomp with either hazards or attack can help a lot in breaking for endgame Bundle or Titan. Terra Goth is the biggest check for whichever mon its team is facing issues with. With Shadow Tag can always win by trapping the mon team is struggling. While on Nova's side, Trap is one of the best check as well into any mon due to its Terra Shell ability. It can even go Rock Polish for Titan under Snow or Scarf Bundle, which I doubt it would be Scarf, but helps a lot if he can keep his side clean with Code Change Cinderace. Rock Polish Power Hub can just win on its own as the win con, while for Nova's side, while for DRey's side, his best bet looks in Titan under Snow and can also do a lot of wonder, especially with Belly Drum. Let's move on to the third matchup of the week, which is going to be Standard versus Dapper. The big mons in this matchup are going to be Moon, Pitch, and Bolt for the side of Dapper. Moon has been going amazingly for the side of Standard. I think he's one of the top kill leaders as well. While for Dapper, Crown, Halucha, and the new addition of Volcarona looks amazing here. The 6 mons for Standard, I would say, are going to be Moon, Petulant, Bolt, Vaporeon, Mew, and either of the Terra captains. For me, I think it's mostly going to be Shaven. While Dapper needs Volcarona, Ogerpon, Crown, Tinglu, Terra Halucha, and either of Hatrin or Deoxys. Scarf Uton spam from Moon looks crazy strong here with the Volt Switch. Bolt, Shaman with Battle Pass and Seed Flare can also pressure the only Volt Switch, which is Lu for Dapper, which he has nice pivot as well in Crown with Volt Switch, Ogre with Uton and Halucha as well if it's not a setup sweeper. Moon, while being a pivot, is still a good breaker as well as a choice band scissor is very hard to take care of as it comes to me, while for Dapper, Specs Crown or even Setup Crown is very good to make some big holes in the start of the game, while Jolly Ogepon can punish an Adam Scarf Moon with U-turn. While Lou is also good into breaking with hazards and helmet and can cause some good chip damage. Vaporeon is a very important mon for Standard in this matchup to stop his both offensive waters in Araquanid and Azumarill. Vaporeon needs to stay alive, else they can just run away with it, while Lou can check Bolt very nicely while also doing some damage into Pitch, Bolt and Inem with heavy slam and Earthquake. Terra, Halucha or Quiver Dance Volcarona can be the biggest win con for Dapper, while for Standard, DD Moon can also be a win con if he brings Inam Scarf, which outspeeds Deoxys. So he does not need an obvious Scarf Moon, he can even be Booster and Dragon Dance as well. But looks harder for Standard to win. As a win con, he needs to break the team slowly and steadily to get the game instead of just setup sweeping. So for me, I think the game goes to Dapper, while the MVP goes to the new addition of Volcarona or Terra Halucha. Fourth game for the week is gonna be Kurpie versus Talon. The big monsters in this matchup is gonna be DRey, Dragonite, Slowbro for Talon, Boulder, Zapdos goes huge. The 6 for both sides I think would be Dragonite, DRey, Metagross, Infernape, Terra Slowbro and either of Glibora or Electros. While for Talon, Tusk, Hamoon, Zapdos, Boulder, Excalibur and Terra Head Dragon comes up in my opinion. Drey offense just looks crazy strong. With Dragon Pearls, Focus Blast, Psychic and Ice Beam, it just goes crazy. While DD Dragonite with E-Speeds can also force a lot of progression. Electros is a very good check into Tusk and Hamu. Scarf Infernape also goes very strong into every mon except a Boulder with boosting speed item. While Slowbro can hold the team defensively together for him, Metagross also helps against Booster Boulder with Bullet Punch or even Loaded Dice Scale Shot Baxcalibur. If he's negative defense, one Bullet Punch, a Choice Band Bullet Punch is enough to revenge Baxcalibur at any point of the time. While for Talon, Boulder is forced to be a Booster Speed or Scarf Revenger, while Bax Loaded Dice attacking is the best win con for Talon once Metagross goes down, or he isn't weak enough to take an E-Split from Dragonite. Dashing and Die. This is gonna be our game number 5 for the week. Big mons such as Terra Cresselia, Sneasler are there for dashing, while for Die, Fizz, Gran and Hands are the biggest this week. The 6 for dashing would be Threads, Sneasler, Terra Cress, Primarina, Haxorus and either Lycanrocs or Lokix would be my bring. While Die has a much easier matchup with Fizz on the special side and Hand on the physical side to take hits. Ogre, Greninja and Lando, while Terra Basculegion to just spot holes in the game. Die has a very good defensive check for the most offensive mon for dashing. Max defensive hands can check a lot of offensive mons like Haxorus, Lycanroc, Threads and even Sneasler to a point because he has one of the best Sneasler counter in land routine with Intem. Lycanroc, while Fez can check GU and 30D on the special side for dashing, he does has Primarina and Cresselia Psyshock for Fizz, while Moonblast for Hands and Greninja can also do nice damage. I think it can be a setup U-turn mon in terms of Lando, which can always come into Sneasler, force him to take a helmet chip and just get a free rocks or U-turn into while Sneasler switches out. I think this matchup is very hard for Dashing, and as his two best raw attackers are gonna be pressured and walled out pretty easily by the defenses DyeItTight has. DyeItTight and also outside the defenses, Greninja, Terra, Basculegion and Ogre-Pon Heartflame looks amazingly strong in this matchup. A Choice Scarf, Basculegion with Specs Greninja and SD Trail base Heatmon has no switch in this. Nothing which can take any of these three combination of mons. So I think this is gonna be a very tough matchup for the side of Dashing versus DyeItTight, and I can see DyeItTight taking this game very comfortably with either Greninja or Heatmon to clean up in the end as the win con and taking that MVP. Or he can just because Terra Basculegion is in the contender for the MVP of the season, he can just skill farm his Basculegion once other mons are down. It's time to move on to the game number 6, which is gonna be Steve versus Kaz Shiro. The last game of the week is gonna be a nice one. We are gonna see Valiant Kiram from the side of Steve as the biggest mon in this matchup with Taunty and Terra Hoopa. The 6 from the Steve would be Valiant, Kiram, Terra, Capdos, Porygon 2, Gliscor, with last could be either Regieleki, Cornerstone or Slowking. While for Kaz Shiro, Taunty, Terra Hoopa, Donphan, Iron Moth, Conkeldurr and Gouging would be my choice to bring. Scarf Kiram or just a mixed Kiram for Scale Shot and Scale Shot and Earthquake or any physical move for Hoopa, while still be Freeze Dry for Vogapon, which can use Terra, which can also use Terra Zapdos to break the team, along with Regieleki for fast Volt Switch once Donphan is gone, obviously, which can be threatened easily from the side of Steve because Donphan of itself does not have good recovery. He has no reliable recovery, so any damage on Donphan is gonna stay on it. Once rocks are up by Gliscor and is forced to come out, he can just go into Kiram, Ogre-Pon, Slowking, whichever his way of revenging a Donphan is. Take Donphan out, then the combination of Regieleki and Terra Zapdos and Kiram can just threaten the entire team. While for its defenses, it can be carried by Gliscor on physical side and Slowking or Porygon on the special side. For Kaz Shiro, Taunty is forced into a Scarf to not get just Volt around, or Donphan needs to kept safe as it has no recovery of its own. The matchup looks much worse due to Kiram helping versus Voga with Freeze Dry while backing Earth Power for Empoleon, Iron Moth and Gouging Fire. With Dice, that can be a threat as it will be able to not be a locked set and also still increasing its speed. Donphan can be whittled down slowly but surely with the help of Slowking or Cornerstone. So Kiram and game with Valiant or Regieleki. There are so many win cons for Steve in this matchup. It's gonna be very hard for Kaz Shiro, but if they are surprisingly able to win this matchup, I would be very impressed because the matchup favors Steve very highly. With MVP is gonna be going to either Terra Zapdos or Kiram for all that breaking for endgame mon to just clean up in the end. So just if you guys forgot which were our mons and which were our picks, if I missed any of them, we are gonna take a look at those mons right now. So for our refresher, our week 6 picks are gonna be TJ, Nova, Dapper, Kurpie, DyeItTight and Steve. With MVP is gonna be going alongside each one, I think. Espatra, Lando for the side of TJ, For the second game, I think Nova with an end game of Terrapagos with double setup is gonna go crazy. Rock Polish and Power Herb Meteor Beam can boost its special attack to the point it can just one-shot everybody, and Rock Polish will make sure it can outspeed everybody. But if DRey is able to break his team by any way, it would be a set Titan, making it possible under snow and just with belly drums sweeping the game away. Third, I think for Dapper, the MVP is gonna be either Volcarona or Terra Lucha like we talked about, while for Kurpie it's gonna be mostly DRey. DRey goes stupid strong with its coverage on the special side and just breaks the side of Talon. For Dashing, I think Dashing versus DyeItTight, I think DyeItTight has a very easy and comfortable matchup with Heat Ponor Grinja to sweep up in the end, or either of Terra or Basque Legion as well. While for Steve, Kiram and Terra Zapdos are gonna be the biggest win con for him. So that's it guys, that's it for week number 6 video, a short, sweet, simple one. I hope you guys like it, and I always wanted to bring this down, and as the season goes you already know about all the mons, the teams, so we don't have to talk about them in deep. So I hope you guys are liking the video as per the season goes by. And that's it for the week 6. We'll meet you with the week 7, which is gonna be the last game of the regular season. All the playoffs are still on the watch. Not 8 out of 8 mons, 8 of the 8 coaches are fixed for the playoffs. I think it's only TJ and I think Kurpie, with the record they have, are the only 2 teams which have been able to claim. No, TJ and Dapper are the only 2 coaches with 4 wins, I think. Oh, it's Nova as well. My bad guys. We have 3 coaches with 4 wins as of week 5. I think they are the only 3 coaches which have qualified for the playoffs, and let's hope they will be able to maintaining that streak and will be able to see the top 8 by this week or next week as well. I hope it remains constant battle until the last week of the regular season, because that's the fun of it. And see you guys in the next video.